let's go on to the other motions then.
Judge, if I can, I just would like the court to remind the cameraman, if he's going to be in front of in the jury box, that he not zoom in on any notes of communications between.
Yeah, I think again, I haven't noticed that to be a problem. If you have, though, to the extent it's come up,
I can certainly say I can say that I have seen it.
Okay. Well, we just can't direct the camera down toward you. All right. All right. Let's. There's a motion for sanctions, and kind of a companion motion, I guess, is the amended motion to compel DNA bench notes, reports, and standards. Why don't we do that first?
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Your Honor, the amended motion to compel the standards is to obtain discovery that has not been given to us. In any scientific case, and as Your Honor probably has read recently, there was a large report by the National Academy of Sciences dealing with forensic science in any courtroom. But in any scientific case, it's not the reports that are for defendant. It is the procedures, the processes, the notes, the guidelines, the standards that the scientists use in terms of coming to a conclusion. To just have a report is like going to the movie theater, buying a ticket, and then saying you saw the movie because you have a ticket. You have to go in and see the movie. For instance, in DNA, I was just in Tennessee, and as a matter of practice, the FBI gives you the discovery notes for the DNA because you have to be able to see how much DNA was quantified, whether there may be other DNA that they didn't pick up, whether the levels that they use are important, and that would be to the number 7 in our bench notes. They normally give you what's called an ABI 310 program that has all the scans, the runs. They normally give you what's called the GenoScan interpretation, the genotype of files, and we have none of that with regard to the DNA bench notes. We have no bench notes at all, as a matter of fact, of DNA.
Well, we turn to the state.
No, we do not. I have basically one sort of blanket response to all of these. I don't know if you want me to.
Well, I was going to ask, is there anything we can agree on, or do you have any of this? I read through this, and of course it's a detailed, explicit
there's really
request. What's your response before I have counsel go through the other points that she wants to make?
Well, my general response is, again, this is this time I believe that we have discussed this issue, and then I think the last time was maybe back in October or before. I indicated to the court again that none of the materials are in the state's possession. They are in fact the boundaries of the state of Florida. They are in fact in the possession of organizations outside the state of Florida, over which this court, with all due respect, has no jurisdiction. I did suggest to counsel at that time, and I don't know if the present counsel, I don't think was in the case at that point, that they should contact the general counsel for the organizations involved to see what they would give them voluntarily. Apparently that was not done. The organizations, in fact, were not, as far as I am aware, even supplied with a copy of this motion. I do understand that Dr. Voss at Oak Ridge did get a copy of the notice of hearing, but not a copy of the motion. However, in order to facilitate this, I went out and found out who it is that they would need to contact for the Oak Ridge Laboratory and for the FBI. And at this time, I'm handing counsel the names and phone numbers of general counsel.
I have the general counsel, Your Honor. I'd like to respond.
And for general counsel at UT Patel. The items that the defense is requesting, I don't have. You don't have the jurisdiction to order them to produce, and the state is under no legal obligation to go out and obtain documents for the defense. I would tell the court that having consulted with some of these people, many of these things they're more than willing to produce. They just need to be asked.
This is the second time we've done this. This is more detailed. They don't have it.
No, Your Honor, that's simply the FBI does not give their bench notes to third parties such as us. Having been around the country and dealt with this issue a number of times, prosecutors have to ask for it. They turn it right over to them, and then they turn it over to us. That's their procedure. As long as they ask for it.
Just take your word for that.
Well, you're just taking the prosecutor's word for it, that indeed. Yes, we are, sir. And in terms of getting any, I assume then, if they're going to testify, then Your Honor would be subject to a motion to preclude the testimony if we don't have the processes that go beyond. I mean, this is basically basic law in terms of getting their CVs. We're not in possession of the CVs.
You just told me what you wanted. It's basic law, and it's cited case law.
Well, then, Your Honor, we'll come back, because usually this is such horrible case law that in almost every court that you don't need to get.
You might want to cite that in your next motion.
Well, we'll be happy to, Your Honor. So that means Your Honor is denying this motion for basic bench test?
You need to show me what you're trying to do to get this, and if they are denying you these items, then you come back before the court and we will go from there.
We will send letters out to everyone and see what they respond to. Your Honor is not even going to order the prosecutor to ask if any of them will respond to them to shortchange this?
I have already contacted these general counsel. In fact, I faxed a copy of the motion to the general counsel for UT Patel, which is what runs the Elkridge Laboratory. And they've indicated they'd be happy to cooperate. They obviously won't respond legally because that would submit them to your jurisdiction, and obviously that's not the case. So all I'm suggesting to counsel is that she indicate or try to figure out what they'll give her voluntarily, and they can send it to me, and we'll document a discovery and send it to them. That's fine. The difficulty is I don't think it's incumbent upon me to go out and get these things. And plus, I don't want to be in the middle of her argument with UT Patel about something that she wants that they won't give, because I have no